It is the 16th of the 7th, 2012. This is today's climate change update. Very hot here in Des Moines. Let's get started. SOT.net, Anchorage experiences coldest first half of July ever. Anchorage, Alaska, looking for relief from the heat over much of the lower 48 states. Head to coastal Alaska, where they are experiencing the coldest first half of July on record. Through the first 14 days of July, the average temperature in Anchorage was 53.1 degrees, factoring in daily highs and lows, which makes it the coldest first half of the month on record, according to the National Weather Service in Anchorage. With all the Fukushima stuff coming out over Alaska right now, probably not my first choice in vacation spots. Landslide in Alaska may be the largest recorded in North America. Landslides, of course, occur in all 50 states and territories, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. And saying this landslide took place on June 11th, 2012, but nobody bothered to go take a look at it. It actually registered on earthquakes. And a pilot flew over about a month later and took some pictures. Apparently this landslide's over 6 miles long on top of a glacier down a valley. I saw the picture and read the story. Pretty crazy. Freak wave of tornadoes curved trail of destruction through northern Poland, leaving one dead. A freak wave of tornadoes ripped through northern Poland on Sunday, wrecking houses and swaths of forests and leaving one person dead and another 10 injured. Tornadoes are not unknown to Europe, European Union's largest eastern country, but the scope and power of Sunday's twisters was unusual as it comes in a summer already marked by flash floods, hailstorms, and gales. Crazy weather going all over. Flashy storm slashes area turns night into day over Tri-Cities, Washington State. There were a lot of tired people in the Tri-Cities on Saturday after an early morning electrical storm rattled homes and flashed bright lights through windows. The system led to a severe thunderstorm warning, and the National Weather Service also cooled down in mid-Columbia after a string of 100+ degree days. So they got a little relief. Stormageddon, 5,000 cut off by landslides in Japan as death toll rises to 22. Of course, there are a lot of videos out on this and just crazy weather going on. Japan and China hit by torrential rains. Of course, China reports over 3 million people displaced. Just insanity going on during their monsoon seasons this year. Another story. Colorado sinkhole closes highway continues to grow. This is that sinkhole I covered earlier that shut down Highway 24 at mile marker 165. And apparently the sinkhole is continuing to expand. Extreme weather. Drought turns to floods as Houston goes underwater. This was back on the 13th. Since Tuesday, 5 to 15 inches of rain has fallen around Houston, producing many instances of flooding. Heavy rain is drenching water-plagued area now and has flash flood warnings in effect through 2:45 p.m. local time. And I believe, let's just go ahead and go over to the RSOE, because I know Austin is reporting those. Yeah, Austin's reporting extreme weather, flooding in low-lying areas, heavy rain right now on the RSOE. Forest fire in Montenegro, one of their forests on fire. Heat wave in Greece, so reports of heat wave coming out of southern Europe. Extreme weather out of Canada. Apparently they had a barbecue fest out there, and there were several hundred people rushed under the tent when this flash storm come out of nowhere and started downpouring. Well, apparently lightning struck the tent and over 17 people were sent to the hospital. Everybody was released, but it was a pretty crazy sight. Very interesting read. Flash flooding in Arizona. They've got some heavy downpours yesterday, I believe. And of course, they're flood-prone areas. People driving their cars through when they're telling them not to, that kind of thing. Flash flooding in the Philippines as their rainy season continues. Over 300 families were replaced there. Flood warnings in Tasmania, Australia. Some storms and flooding going on there. Of course, the extreme weather going on in China with all those people displaced. Forest fire in on an island off of Italy, Sardinia Island. Flash flooding in the state of Utah, St. George, St. Clara, Snow Canyon State Park, and Vio. They got some heavy rains and water going over the roads and that kind of thing there. Extreme weather at Austin, Texas. Again, that's the heavy downpours and the flooding going on in the Austin area today. Big snowstorm in South Africa, multiple regions. Went everything from heavy snow to actual deluges of rain and flooding that way. They've got a huge mess to clean up down there. Jerusalem Hills Forest in Israel is on fire. Apparently they're having some arson fires. This is the second one within 2 weeks. They got over 33 trucks on it, so it seems like it's a very extensive fire indeed. The tornado in Poland stories, of course, and again the heat waves and drought reports coming all across the United States. Let's just go ahead and do the nuclear stuff over to E&E News. Lawmaker questions Japan Prime Minister. He let people die in Fukushima. I want him to resign immediately. He should be brought up on charges along with the rest of them, if you ask me. Kyoto, 170,000 people at rally in central Tokyo. Aerial video and photos are available to watch. As much as the government and the police are trying to suppress these protests going on in Japan right now, they continue to grow and grow and grow and expand. The police are starting to use some pretty crazy tactics as far as sealed off buses and designated protest zones. And I say if they shut off the little protest, just build a bigger protest around the police zone. They'll let you in. They're going to continue to try to kettle you. Mayor, debris fell from the sky after Unit 1 explosion. Quote, I thought it might be the end. Many people were still in town and everybody stopped talking for a moment. There's a video on that. Alarms go off at Japanese nuclear plant trying to restart. Rise in pressure at number 4 reactor's primary coolant system. I believe that's the OI. Head researcher. California bluefin tuna with Fukushima cesium in waters near Japan for under a month? Question mark. What will they look like after spending an entire life there? And they've got an audio report on that. The Pacific Ocean. The Germans just released this report where the initial Fukushima release and how the Pacific Ocean on the California side, west coast of the United States, going to more than double its radioactivity due to the Fukushima accident. What they did not take into consideration when they did that study was the continued outflow of billions and billions and billions of becquerels per kilogram coming out of the rivers and the 3 melted through nuclear cores into the Pacific Ocean. So this is a cumulative, again, I say this over and over again. So that report is just a tease on what's really going on in the Pacific Ocean and will continue to become more radioactive as the time flies. Nuclear hearing rocked by alleged government shill. Meeting managed by advertising agency. Only the Japanese. Former New York Times journalist goes inside no entry zone. Reports radiation levels over 10 times higher than TEPCO's data. So again, they're lying to us. They've been lying to us. They will continue to lie to us until the very end. World's food chain is being compromised by radioactive substances from Fukushima Daiichi. Levels unexpectedly high in California bluefin tuna. Cesium-134 and 137 detected in sand from San Francisco Bay Area yard. And it goes on and on and on and on. Physician, I've surfed all over the world and I don't ever really want to go into the Pacific Ocean again because of Fukushima radiation. And on and on and on and on and on. And it will continue to go on and on and on and on and on. for a couple million years, several million years before it's okay again. Enjoy what you can, everybody. Thanks.